Question 1. In Kentucky, what is a key reason why surplus lines insurance policies often contain more exclusions than standard insurance policies? A. Surplus lines insurers aim to reduce underwriting risks by excluding certain high-risk exposures. B. Surplus lines insurers are not regulated by state insurance departments. C. Surplus lines insurers offer broader coverage that inherently includes more exclusions. D. Surplus lines insurers do not have the same capital requirements as admitted insurers. Correct answer A. Surplus lines insurers aim to reduce underwriting risks by excluding certain high-risk exposures. Explanation: surplus lines insurance policies often contain more exclusions than standard policies because surplus lines insurers aim to mitigate underwriting risks by excluding high-risk exposures that are not typically covered by admitted insurers. This allows them to tailor coverage to unique or high-risk situations that cannot be insured through the standard market. While B might seem plausible, surplus lines insurers are regulated, albeit differently than admitted insurers. C is incorrect because broader coverage does not necessarily mean more exclusions. It means coverage for risks not typically covered in standard policies. D is also incorrect as capital requirements are not the primary reason for more exclusions. It's about managing risk exposure effectively. Question 2. Mr. Rodriguez filed a claim under his surplus lines insurance policy for damages caused by a recent storm in Kentucky. During the investigation, the claims adjuster suspects that some of the claimed damages predate the storm. What should the claims adjuster do in this situation? A. Deny the entire claim due to suspicion of pre-existing damage. B. Approve the claim in full, giving the insured the benefit of the doubt. C. Conduct a thorough investigation to differentiate storm-related damages from pre-existing damages. D. Immediately hire an outside expert to provide an opinion on the damages. Correct answer. C. Conduct a thorough investigation to differentiate storm-related damages from pre-existing damages. Explanation: in this scenario, the claims adjuster should conduct a thorough investigation to differentiate storm-related damages from pre-existing damages. This involves gathering and evaluating evidence, interviewing relevant parties, and possibly consulting with experts to ensure an accurate assessment. Denying the entire claim A without proper investigation is not compliant with fair claims practices. Approving the claim in full B is not prudent without validating the damages. While hiring an outside expert D may be part of the investigation process, it is not the immediate first step without a preliminary assessment. Question 3. Which of the following is a critical aspect of ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements during the claims settlement process for surplus lines insurance in Kentucky? A. Settling claims as quickly as possible to avoid penalties. B. Ensuring all settlement agreements are reviewed and approved by legal counsel. C. Documenting all communications and agreements related to the settlement process. D. Offering the insured the maximum possible settlement amount regardless of the policy limits. Correct answer. C. Documenting all communications and agreements related to the settlement process. Explanation: ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements during the claims settlement process involves documenting all communications and agreements related to the settlement. This documentation provides a clear record that the claims process was conducted fairly and in accordance with the law. While settling claims quickly is important, it must not compromise thoroughness and regulatory compliance. Legal counsel review B is beneficial but not always critical for every settlement. Offering the maximum settlement amount D, regardless of policy limits, is not a prudent practice and could lead to issues with regulatory compliance and financial management. Proper documentation C ensures transparency and accountability in the claims handling process. Question 4. In Kentucky, what is a key responsibility of a surplus lines insurance claims adjuster during the claims handling process? A. Ensuring that all premiums are paid on time. B. Evaluating the legitimacy of the claim and determining coverage. C. Marketing surplus lines insurance products to potential clients. D. Issuing insurance policies directly to insureds. Correct answer. B. Evaluating the legitimacy of the claim and determining coverage. Explanation: A surplus lines insurance claims adjuster is responsible for evaluating the legitimacy of the claim and determining coverage. This involves reviewing the policy, gathering necessary documentation, and assessing whether the claim falls within the policy's terms and conditions. Ensuring premiums are paid and marketing insurance products are not part of the adjuster's responsibilities. Issuing policies is typically done by underwriters or agents, not claims adjusters. Question 5. What is a common feature of surplus lines insurance policies that differs from standard insurance policies in Kentucky? A. They must adhere to all state-mandated coverage requirements. B. They typically have more flexible underwriting criteria. C. They are required to offer the same coverage as admitted insurers. D. They are backed by state guarantee funds. Correct answer. B. They typically have more flexible underwriting criteria. Explanation. Surplus lines insurance policies typically have more flexible underwriting criteria compared to standard policies. This allows surplus lines insurers to cover unique or high-risk exposures that standard insurers may not accept. They are not required to adhere to all state-mandated coverage requirements, nor are they required to offer the same coverage as admitted insurers. C. Additionally, surplus lines insurance is not backed by state guarantee funds, which means policyholders do not have the same protections as with admitted insurers. Question 6. What method can a claims adjuster in Kentucky use to ensure accurate reserving and estimating of claim costs? A. Using a flat rate for all claims regardless of complexity. B. Regularly reviewing and adjusting reserves based on new information. C. Ignoring minor claims to focus on larger, more complex ones. D. Relying solely on the initial claim report without further investigation. Correct answer. B. Regularly reviewing and adjusting reserves based on new information. Explanation. Accurate reserving and estimating of claim costs require regularly reviewing and adjusting reserves based on new information. This ensures that reserves reflect the current understanding of the claim's potential costs. Using a flat rate for all claims and ignoring minor claims C can lead to inaccurate reserving. Relying solely on the initial claim report D without further investigation can result in underestimating or overestimating the claim costs. Question 7. During a claims settlement negotiation in Kentucky, what is an effective strategy for reaching a fair agreement? A. Insisting on a fixed settlement amount without room for negotiation. B. Focusing solely on minimizing the payout regardless of the claim's merits. C. Being open to compromise and understanding the insured's perspective. D. Delaying the settlement process to pressure the insured. Correct answer. C. Being open to compromise and understanding the insured's perspective. Explanation. An effective strategy for reaching a fair settlement agreement involves being open to compromise and understanding the insured's perspective. This approach facilitates a cooperative negotiation process and helps ensure that the settlement is fair and satisfactory for both parties. Insisting on a fixed amount A and focusing solely on minimizing the payout B can lead to disputes and dissatisfaction. Delaying the settlement process D to pressure the insured is unethical and can result in regulatory penalties. Question 8. In Kentucky, what is a key consideration for a claims professional when providing documentation and evidence during litigation? A. Only providing documents that support the insurer's position. B. Withholding evidence that might be detrimental to the insurer's case. C. Ensuring all relevant documents and evidence are presented in a timely manner. D. Relying on verbal agreements instead of written documentation. Correct answer. C. Ensuring all relevant documents and evidence are presented in a timely manner. Explanation. During litigation, a claims professional must ensure all relevant documents and evidence are presented in a timely manner. This transparency helps uphold the integrity of the legal process and supports a fair resolution. Providing only supportive documents A and withholding detrimental evidence B can lead to legal and ethical issues. Relying on verbal agreements D is not advisable, as written documentation is essential for accurate and reliable evidence. Question 9. Which of the following is an important ethical consideration for claims professionals in Kentucky when handling surplus lines insurance claims? A. Maximizing the insurer's profits at all costs. B. Ensuring claims are settled based on accurate and honest assessments. C. Disregarding the insured's concerns if they conflict with the insurer's interests. D. Sharing confidential information with unauthorized parties. Correct answer. B. Ensuring claims are settled based on accurate and honest assessments. Explanation. An important ethical consideration for claims professionals is ensuring claims are settled based on accurate and honest assessments. This upholds the principles of fairness and integrity in the claims process. Maximizing profits at all costs. A. Disregarding the insured's concerns. C. And sharing confidential information with unauthorized parties. D. Are unethical practices that can lead to legal and professional repercussions. Question 10. Which regulation must surplus lines insurers in Kentucky comply with to ensure fair claims practices? A. The Kentucky Insurance Guarantee Association Act. B. The Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act. C. The Kentucky Workers' Compensation Act. D. The Kentucky Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Correct answer. B. The Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act. Explanation. Surplus lines insurers in Kentucky must comply with the Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act to ensure fair claims practices. This act outlines the standards for fair and equitable claims handling and aims to protect consumers from unfair practices. The Kentucky Insurance Guarantee Association Act A pertains to the protection of policyholders of insolvent insurers. The Kentucky Workers' Compensation Act, C, and the Kentucky Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, D, are not directly related to surplus lines insurance claims handling. Question 11. Why is surplus lines insurance important in Kentucky's insurance market? A. It is the primary insurance option for all types of coverage. B. It provides coverage for high-risk or unique exposures not typically covered by admitted insurers. C. It is required for all commercial property insurance policies. D. It offers low premiums than standard insurance policies. Correct answer. B. It provides coverage for high-risk or unique exposures not typically covered by admitted insurers. Explanation. Surplus lines insurance is crucial because it provides coverage for high-risk or unique exposures that admitted insurers typically do not cover. This allows businesses and individuals with specialized needs to obtain necessary protection. It is not the primary option for all types of coverage, nor is it required for all commercial property insurance policies. C. While it may sometimes offer competitive premiums, it is not generally known for lower premiums. D. Question 12. What is an essential element of effective communication in surplus lines claims handling in Kentucky? A. Using technical jargon to demonstrate expertise. B. Ensuring all communication is documented and clear. C. Communicating only with the insured's legal counsel. D. Limiting communication to formal letters only. Correct answer. B. Ensuring all communication is documented and clear. Explanation. Effective communication in claims handling involves ensuring all communication is documented and clear. This practice helps maintain transparency and provides a record of interactions, which is vital for resolving disputes and ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. Using technical jargon can lead to misunderstandings, while communicating with legal counsel might be necessary in certain situations. It should not be exclusive. Limiting communication to formal letters can be inefficient and inflexible. Question 13. In Kentucky, what is a critical step in interpreting the language and exclusions in a surplus lines insurance policy? A. Relying on general assumptions about coverage. B. Carefully reviewing the policy terms and consulting relevant case law. C. Ignoring policy exclusions unless explicitly mentioned by the insured. D. Assuming all risks are covered unless stated otherwise. Correct answer. B. Carefully reviewing the policy terms and consulting relevant case law. Explanation. Interpreting the language and exclusions in a surplus lines insurance policy requires carefully reviewing the policy terms and consulting relevant case law. This ensures that the interpretation is aligned with legal precedents and accurately reflects the insurer's and insured's intentions. Relying on assumptions and ignoring exclusions can lead to incorrect interpretations. Assuming all risks are covered unless stated otherwise is not a prudent approach in insurance policy analysis. Question 14. Which technique is vital for gathering evidence in a surplus lines insurance claim investigation in Kentucky? A. Relying solely on the insured's statement. B. Conducting thorough interviews with all involved parties. C. Using generic investigation methods for all claims. D. Avoiding the use of outside experts to save costs. Correct answer. B. Conducting thorough interviews with all involved parties. Explanation. Conducting thorough interviews with all involved parties is vital for gathering comprehensive evidence in a claim investigation. This helps to obtain a clear and accurate understanding of the events and damages. Relying solely on the insured's statement and using generic methods can lead to incomplete or biased information. While cost saving is important, avoiding the use of outside experts can compromise the quality of the investigation. Question 15. How should a claims adjuster in Kentucky determine the extent of coverage and liability in a surplus lines insurance claim? A. By assuming all damages are covered without a thorough review. B. By conducting a detailed analysis of the policy terms and the incident. C. By consulting with the insurer's legal team only after the claim is settled. D. By prioritizing the insurer's interests over the insured's. Correct answer. B. By conducting a detailed analysis of the policy terms and the incident. Explanation. To determine the extent of coverage and liability, a claims adjuster must conduct a detailed analysis of the policy terms and the incident. This ensures that the claim is evaluated accurately and in accordance with the policy provisions. Assuming all damages are covered and prioritizing the insurer's interests can lead to improper handling of the claim. Consulting with the legal team only after settlement is too late for addressing potential issues. Question 16. What is a key consideration for a claims adjuster when negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky? A. Offering the lowest possible settlement amount regardless of the claim's merits. B. Ensuring the settlement is fair and reasonable based on the policy terms. C. Ignoring any new evidence that emerges during negotiations. D. Pressuring the insured to accept the initial settlement offer. Correct answer. B. Ensuring the settlement is fair and reasonable based on the policy terms. Explanation. When negotiating a settlement, the claims adjuster must ensure that the settlement is fair and reasonable based on the policy terms. This approach upholds the principles of fairness and transparency in the claims process. Offering the lowest amount and pressuring the insured can lead to disputes and dissatisfaction. Ignoring new evidence can result in an unjust settlement. Question 17. During litigation of a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky, what is an important role of the claims professional? A. Withholding relevant documents to strengthen the insurer's case. B. Providing all pertinent documentation and cooperating with legal counsel. C. Focusing solely on minimizing litigation expenses. D. Ignoring the instructions of legal counsel to expedite the process. Correct answer. B. Providing all pertinent documentation and cooperating with legal counsel. Explanation. During litigation, a claims professional must provide all pertinent documentation and cooperate with legal counsel to ensure a fair and thorough process. Withholding documents and ignoring legal counsel can lead to legal and ethical issues. While managing expenses is important, it should not compromise the integrity of the case. Question 18. In Kentucky, what is an essential ethical duty of a claims adjuster when handling surplus lines insurance claims? A. Prioritizing the insurer's financial interests above all else. B. Ensuring all claims are handled with honesty and integrity. C. Avoiding communication with the insured to prevent conflicts. D. Manipulating evidence to favor the insurer. Correct answer. B. Ensuring all claims are handled with honesty and integrity. Explanation. An essential ethical duty of a claims adjuster is to handle all claims with honesty and integrity. This ensures that the claims process is fair and transparent. Prioritizing financial interests A and manipulating evidence D are unethical practices. Avoiding communication C can hinder the resolution process and reduce trust. Question 19. Which regulatory requirement must surplus lines insurers in Kentucky adhere to when handling claims? A. Reporting all claims to the Kentucky Department of Insurance within 24 hours. B. Complying with the Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act. C. Ensuring that all claims are settled within 30 days regardless of complexity. D. Only handling claims for policies written by admitted insurers. Correct answer. B. Complying with the Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act. Explanation. Surplus lines insurers must comply with the Kentucky Unfair Claims Settlement Practices Act, which sets standards for fair and equitable claims handling, reporting all claims within 24 hours A, and settling within 30 days C, are not standard regulatory requirements. Handling claims only for policies written by admitted insurers D is not relevant to surplus lines insurers who deal with non-admitted policies. Question 20. In Kentucky, why might a claims adjuster hire an outside expert during a surplus lines insurance claim investigation? A. To ensure a quick resolution of the claim. B. To provide a specialized assessment of complex damages. C. To avoid the need for detailed documentation. D. To shift responsibility for the investigation. Correct answer. B. To provide a specialized assessment of complex damages. Explanation. A claims adjuster might hire an outside expert to provide a specialized assessment of complex damages, ensuring an accurate and thorough evaluation of the claim. This is particularly important in cases involving technical or specialized knowledge. Ensuring a quick resolution A and avoiding detailed documentation C are not valid reasons for hiring an expert. Shifting responsibility for the investigation D is inappropriate and unprofessional. Question 21. What is a primary advantage of surplus lines insurance for businesses in Kentucky? A. Low regulatory oversight compared to standard insurance. B. Guaranteed coverage for all types of risks. C. Access to customized coverage for unique and high-risk exposures. D. Coverage under state guarantee funds. Correct answer. C. Access to customized coverage for unique and high-risk exposures. Explanation. A primary advantage of surplus lines insurance is its ability to offer customized coverage for unique and high-risk exposures that standard insurers may not cover. While surplus lines insurers do have different regulatory oversight, A. It is not necessarily lower. They do not guarantee coverage for all types of risks. B. And they are not covered under state guarantee funds. D. Question 22. What role does effective documentation play in the claims handling process for surplus lines insurance in Kentucky? A. It helps in marketing new policies to potential clients. B. It provides a clear record of communications and actions taken during the claims process. C. It allows the insurer to deny claims more easily. D. It replaces the need for verbal communication with the insurer. Correct answer. B. It provides a clear record of communications and actions taken during the claims process. Explanation. Effective documentation provides a clear record of all communications and actions taken during the claims process, which is crucial for transparency, regulatory compliance, and resolving disputes. It does not directly help in marketing new policies. A. Nor is it intended to make claim denials easier. C. It complements rather than replaces verbal communication. D. Question 23. In Kentucky, why is it important for claims professionals to understand key terms and definitions in surplus lines insurance policies? A. To ensure claims are settled quickly regardless of accuracy. B. To accurately determine coverage and interpret policy provisions. C. To reduce the need for detailed investigations. D. To assist in the marketing of surplus lines insurance products. Correct answer. B. To accurately determine coverage and interpret policy provisions. Explanation. Understanding key terms and definitions in surplus lines insurance policies is crucial for accurately determining coverage and interpreting policy provisions. This knowledge helps ensure that claims are handled correctly and in accordance with the policy terms. Selling claims quickly is not a priority over accuracy. Reducing the need for investigations, C, and assisting in marketing, D, are not relevant to the claims professional's role in policy analysis. Question 24. Which approach is most effective for a claims adjuster in Kentucky to gather accurate information during a surplus lines insurance claims investigation? A. Relying exclusively on the insured's initial report. B. Conducting site visits and interviewing all relevant parties. C. Using a standardized checklist for all claims. D. Delegating the investigation entirely to an outside firm. Correct answer. B. Conducting site visits and interviewing all relevant parties. Explanation. Conducting site visits and interviewing all relevant parties is the most effective approach for gathering accurate information during a claims investigation. This allows the adjuster to verify details and obtain a comprehensive understanding of the claim. Relying exclusively on the insured's report, A, can lead to incomplete information. A standardized checklist, C, may not cover all unique aspects of each claim. While using outside firms, D, can be helpful, the adjuster should remain actively involved in the investigation. Question 25. What is a critical factor in evaluating the extent and value of a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky? A, the amount of premium paid by the insured. B, the specific terms and coverage limits of the policy. C, the number of previous claims filed by the insured. D, the financial status of the insurer. Correct answer. B, the specific terms and coverage limits of the policy. Explanation. Evaluating the extent and value of a claim requires a detailed understanding of the specific terms and coverage limits of the policy. This ensures that the evaluation is accurate and aligned with the policy's provisions. The premium amount, A, previous claims, C, and the financial status of the insurer, D, are not directly relevant to the evaluation of a particular claim. Question 26. In Kentucky, what is a recommended practice for documenting settlement agreements in surplus lines insurance claims? A, keeping verbal agreements without written confirmation. B, ensuring all settlement terms are clearly documented in writing. C, allowing the insured to document the agreement informally. D, relying on email confirmations as the sole documentation. Correct answer. B, ensuring all settlement terms are clearly documented in writing. Explanation. All settlement terms should be clearly documented in writing to ensure that there is a formal and accurate record of the agreement. This practice helps prevent misunderstandings and disputes. Verbal agreements, A, and informal documentation, C, are not reliable, while email confirmations, D, can be useful. They should be part of a comprehensive written documentation process. Question 27. During a litigation process for a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky, what is a key responsibility of the claims adjuster? A, ensuring that all documents are shared with opposing counsel as late as possible. B, withholding information that could be detrimental to the insurer's case. C, providing accurate and complete documentation to legal counsel in a timely manner. D, minimizing contact with legal counsel to avoid conflicts. Correct answer. C, providing accurate and complete documentation to legal counsel in a timely manner. Explanation. The claims adjuster must provide accurate and complete documentation to legal counsel in a timely manner to ensure a fair and effective litigation process. Delaying document sharing, A, and withholding information, B, are unethical and can lead to legal consequences. Minimizing contact with legal counsel, D, is counterproductive and can hinder the case's preparation and resolution. Question 28. What is an essential principle for claims professionals in Kentucky when handling surplus lines insurance claims? A, maximizing the insurer's profit at all costs. B, maintaining honesty and transparency throughout the claims process. C, avoiding communication with the insured to prevent potential conflicts. D. Denying as many claims as possible to reduce payouts. Correct answer. B. Maintaining honesty and transparency throughout the claims process. Explanation. Maintaining honesty and transparency is essential for ensuring fair and ethical handling of insurance claims. This principle builds trust and ensures compliance with regulatory standards. Maximizing profit at all costs, they avoiding communication. C. And denying claims to reduce payouts. D. Are unethical practices that can harm the insurer's reputation and lead to legal issues. Question 29. What is a primary regulatory requirement for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky when reporting claims? A. Reporting claims only if they exceed a certain monetary threshold. B. Adhering to the Kentucky Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations. C. Reporting all claims to the federal government. D. Ensuring that claims are reported within 90 days of occurrence. Correct answer. B. Adhering to the Kentucky Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations. Explanation. Surplus lines insurers must adhere to the Kentucky Fair Claims Settlement Practices regulations, which set the standards for fair and timely claims handling, reporting claims only if they exceed a certain threshold, and reporting all claims to the federal government. C. Are not specific requirements. The 90-day reporting period. D. Is not a universal standard for all claims. Question 30. Ms. Carter submitted a claim for fire damage to her restaurant in Kentucky insured under a surplus lines policy. The claims adjuster suspects arson. What should the adjuster do to investigate this suspicion? A. Deny the claim immediately based on suspicion. B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a fire investigator. C. Approve the claim to avoid any potential legal issues. D. Ignore the suspicion and process the claim as usual. Correct answer. B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a fire investigator. Explanation. The adjuster should conduct a thorough investigation to determine the cause of the fire, including hiring a fire investigator to assess the possibility of arson. This ensures that the claim is handled accurately and fairly. Denying the claim immediately, A. Without evidence is unjustified. Proving the claim to avoid legal issues, C. And ignoring the suspicion, D. Are inappropriate responses that could lead to improper claims handling and potential regulatory issues. Question 31. Which statement best describes the regulatory framework for surplus lines insurance in Kentucky? A. Surplus lines insurers are subject to the same regulations as admitted insurers. B. Surplus lines insurers are regulated primarily by the state where they are domiciled. C. Surplus lines insurers operate with minimal oversight and no specific regulations. D. Surplus lines insurers must follow Kentucky-specific surplus lines regulations and file reports with the state. Correct answer. D. Surplus lines insurers must follow Kentucky-specific surplus lines regulations and file reports with the state. Explanation. Surplus lines insurers in Kentucky must follow specific state regulations and file reports with the Kentucky Department of Insurance. They are not subject to the same regulations as admitted insurers, and they are not regulated primarily by their domiciled state. B. While they operate with different oversight compared to admitted insurers, it is incorrect to say they have minimal oversight. C. Question 32. What is a key responsibility of a claims adjuster during the surplus lines claims process in Kentucky? A. Ensuring all claim details are kept confidential and only shared with regulatory authorities. B. Denying claims if the policyholder has a history of previous claims. C. Providing timely and accurate information to all parties involved in the claim. D. Deciding claims based solely on the insurer's financial interests. Correct answer. C. Providing timely and accurate information to all parties involved in the claim. Explanation. A key responsibility of a claims adjuster is to provide timely and accurate information to all parties involved in the claim. This ensures transparency and facilitates effective communication. Keeping claim details confidential is important, but it does not negate the need for communication with relevant parties. Denying claims based on previous claims history B. And deciding based solely on financial interests. D. Are unethical practices. Question 33. In Kentucky, why is it critical to understand the exclusions listed in a surplus lines insurance policy? A. To provide more comprehensive coverage than admitted insurers. B. To determine what is specifically not covered under the policy. C. To simplify the claims handling process. D. To ensure the policy can be easily modified after issuance. Correct answer. B. To determine what is specifically not covered under the policy. Explanation. Understanding the exclusions in a surplus lines insurance policy is critical for determining what is specifically not covered. This helps in managing the expectations of the insured and in handling claims appropriately, providing more comprehensive coverage. A. And simplifying the claims process. C. Are not direct outcomes of understanding exclusions. Policies are typically not easily modified after issuance. D. Question 34. Which method is most effective for a claims adjuster in Kentucky to verify the authenticity of a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Accepting the insured's account without further verification. B. Cross-referencing the claim with police and fire department reports. C. Relying on the insurer's standard claim forms. D. Conducting the investigation via phone interviews only. Correct answer. B. Cross-referencing the claim with police and fire department reports. Explanation. Cross-referencing the claim with police and fire department reports is an effective method for verifying the authenticity of a claim. It provides independent and official accounts of the incident. Accepting the insured's account without verification is not thorough enough. Relying solely on standard forms. C. And conducting phone interviews only. D. May miss critical details. Question 35. What is an essential step in evaluating the value of a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky? A. Estimating the claim based on previous similar claims. B. Reviewing all relevant documentation and expert assessments. C. Applying a standard depreciation formula to all claims. D. Using the initial damage report without further investigation. Correct answer. B. Reviewing all relevant documentation and expert assessments. Explanation. Reviewing all relevant documentation and expert assessments is essential for accurately evaluating the value of a claim. This comprehensive approach ensures that all factors are considered. Estimating based on previous claims. A. Applying a standard depreciation formula. C. And using the initial report without further investigation. D. Can lead to inaccurate evaluations. Question 36. What is a crucial element of reaching a fair settlement agreement in Kentucky for a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Offering the insured the lowest possible settlement amount. B. Negotiating terms that reflect the actual damage and policy coverage. C. Prioritizing the insurer's financial interests over the insured's needs. D. Finalizing the settlement without involving legal counsel. Correct answer. B. Detailed terms and conditions of the settlement. Explanation. A settlement agreement should include detailed terms and conditions to ensure clarity and prevent future disputes. Only including the settlement amount. A. Is insufficient. The insured's acknowledgement of fault. C. Is not necessary and can complicate the settlement. A provision for future amendments without mutual consent. D. Is unfair and legally problematic. Question 37. In Kentucky, what is an important practice for a claims adjuster during the litigation of a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Keeping the insured in the dark about the litigation process. B. Regularly updating the legal counsel with relevant claim information. C. Delaying document submission to gain an advantage. D. Avoiding any form of cooperation with the opposing counsel. Correct answer. B. Regularly updating the legal counsel with relevant claim information. Explanation. Regularly updating legal counsel with relevant claim information ensures that the litigation process is well prepared and managed effectively. Keeping the insured in the dark. A. And avoiding cooperation. D. Are unethical practices. Delaying document submission. C. Can lead to legal penalties and negatively affect the case. Question 38. Why is maintaining confidentiality important in surplus lines claims handling in Kentucky? A. To protect the insurer's proprietary processes. B. To comply with privacy laws and build trust with policyholders. C. To avoid sharing information with regulatory bodies. D. To prevent competitors from poaching clients. Correct answer. B. To comply with privacy laws and build trust with policyholders. Explanation: maintaining confidentiality is crucial to comply with privacy laws and build trust with policyholders. This practice protects sensitive information and ensures ethical handling of claims, protecting proprietary processes A, and preventing competitors from poaching clients D are secondary concerns. Avoiding information sharing with regulatory bodies C is not appropriate or legal. Question 39. What is a key aspect of regulatory compliance for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky? A. Filing quarterly reports on all claims. B. Adhering to state-specific surplus lines reporting requirements. C. Reporting only claims that exceed a certain threshold. D. Following the same regulations as admitted insurers. Correct answer. B. Adhering to state-specific surplus lines reporting requirements. Explanation: surplus lines insurers must adhere to state-specific reporting requirements, which can vary and are designed to ensure transparency and regulatory compliance. Filing quarterly reports on all claims and reporting only claims that exceed a threshold C are not universal requirements. Surplus lines insurers follow different regulations from admitted insurers. D. Question 40. Mr. Smith filed a claim for flood damage to his business property in Kentucky insured under surplus lines policy. The claims adjuster needs to verify the extent of the damage. What should the adjuster do first? A. Approve the claim based on Mr. Smith's initial report. B. Conduct a detailed site inspection to assess the damage. C. Deny the claim immediately due to the high cost of repairs. D. Request Mr. Smith to provide a written estimate of the damage. Correct answer. B. Conduct a detailed site inspection to assess the damage. Explanation: the adjuster should conduct a detailed site inspection to accurately assess the extent of the damage. This step ensures that the claim is evaluated based on first-hand information. Approving the claim based on the initial report A and denying it immediately C are inappropriate responses. Requesting a written estimate D is useful but should follow the adjuster's own assessment. Question 41. What is the primary reason businesses in Kentucky might seek coverage through surplus lines insurers? A. Surplus lines insurance is cheaper than standard insurance. B. Surplus lines insurers are subject to fewer regulations. C. Surplus lines insurance can cover unique or high-risk exposures not typically covered by standard insurers. D. Surplus lines insurance policies are simpler and easier to understand. Correct answer. C. Surplus lines insurance can cover unique or high-risk exposures not typically covered by standard insurers. Explanation: businesses in Kentucky might seek coverage through surplus lines insurers primarily because they can cover unique or high-risk exposures that standard insurers typically do not. This type of insurance is essential for risks that cannot be adequately covered by standard insurers. While surplus lines insurance may sometimes be more flexible, B. It is not generally cheaper A, and the policies are not necessarily simpler D. Question 42. Why is effective communication important during the claims handling process for surplus lines insurance in Kentucky? A. It allows for faster claim denials. B. It ensures that all parties are informed and that the process is transparent and efficient. C. It reduces the need for written documentation. D. It helps the insurer avoid regulatory scrutiny. Correct answer. B. It ensures that all parties are informed and that the process is transparent and efficient. Explanation: effective communication is crucial during the claims handling process to ensure that all parties are informed and that the process is transparent and efficient. It helps build trust and prevents misunderstandings. Faster claim denials and reducing written documentation C are not the goals of effective communication. avoiding regulatory scrutiny. D is a side effect of proper compliance, not the main purpose. Question 43. In Kentucky, how should a claims adjuster interpret exclusions in the surplus lines insurance policy? A. Broadly to cover as many claims as possible. B. Narrowly to deny as many claims as possible. C. According to the specific language and context within the policy. D. Based on the adjuster's personal judgment. Correct answer. C. According to the specific language and context within the policy. Explanation. A claims adjuster should interpret exclusions according to the specific language and context within the policy to ensure fair and accurate claims handling. Broadly or narrow B. Interpretations for the purpose of either covering or denying more claims are inappropriate. Personal judgment. D. Should not override the policy's explicit terms and conditions. Question 44. What is the best practice for gathering evidence during a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in Kentucky? A. Relying solely on the insured's statement. B. Conducting site inspections, obtaining expert reports, and interviewing witnesses. C. Focusing only on photographic evidence. D. Delegating the entire investigation to a third party without oversight. Correct answer. B. Conducting site inspections, obtaining expert reports, and interviewing witnesses. Explanation. Best practice for gathering evidence includes conducting site inspections, obtaining expert reports, and interviewing witnesses to ensure a thorough and accurate investigation. Relying solely on the insured's statement, A, or focusing only on photographic evidence, C, can lead to incomplete assessments, while third parties, D, can assist. Oversight from the adjuster is crucial to ensure the investigation's integrity. Question 45. In Kentucky, what should a claims adjuster consider when reserving and estimating claim costs? A. The policyholder's financial situation. B. The potential for future litigation. C. The insurer's current financial status. D. The specific terms and conditions of the insurance policy. Correct answer. D. The specific terms and conditions of the insurance policy. Explanation. When reserving and estimating claim costs, the adjuster should consider the specific terms and conditions of the insurance policy to ensure accurate and fair evaluation. The policyholder's financial situation may, and the insurer's financial status, C, are not relevant factors. Potential future litigation, B, can be a consideration but is secondary to the policy terms. Question 46. What is a critical step in negotiating a settlement for a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky? A. Ignoring the insured's concerns to expedite the process. B. Ensuring that all settlement terms are agreed upon and documented clearly. C. Offering the lowest possible settlement amount initially. D. Delaying the negotiation to pressure the insured. Correct answer. B. Ensuring that all settlement terms are agreed upon and documented clearly. Explanation. Ensuring that all settlement terms are agreed upon and documented clearly is a critical step in negotiating a settlement to prevent future disputes and ensure a fair resolution. Ignoring the insured's concerns, A, and offering the lowest possible amount. C, are unethical practices. Delaying negotiations. D, to pressure the insured is unprofessional and can damage trust. Question 47. During litigation for a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky, how should a claims adjuster handle documentation? A. Provide only the documents that support the insurer's case. B. Withhold sensitive documents to protect the insurer. C. Ensure all relevant documents are provided to legal counsel for an accurate and fair representation. D. Delay document submission to gain a strategic advantage. Correct answer. C. Ensure all relevant documents are provided to legal counsel for an accurate and fair representation. Explanation. The claims adjuster should ensure that all relevant documents are provided to legal counsel to facilitate an accurate and fair representation in litigation. Providing only supportive documents, A, and withholding sensitive documents, B, are unethical. Delaying document submission, D, can lead to legal penalties and hinder the case. Question 48. What is a fundamental ethical consideration for claims professionals handling surplus lines insurance claims in Kentucky? A. Maximizing the insurer's profit regardless of the claim's validity. B. Maintaining confidentiality and protecting the policyholder's privacy. C. Avoiding any form of communication with the insured. D. Denying as many claims as possible to reduce payouts. Correct answer. B. Maintaining confidentiality and protecting the policyholder's privacy. Explanation: maintaining confidentiality and protecting the policyholder's privacy is a fundamental ethical consideration in claims handling. Maximizing profit regardless of claim validity. A. Avoiding communication. C. Denying claims to reduce payouts. D. Unethical practices that compromise the integrity of the claims process. Question 49. What is a primary regulatory compliance requirement for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky regarding claims handling? A. Filing monthly reports with the state insurance department. B. Adhering to the Kentucky Insurance Code and Fair Claims settlement practices. C. Reporting only claims involving large commercial policies. D. Following federal insurance regulations exclusively. Correct answer: B. Adhering to the Kentucky Insurance Code and Fair Claims settlement practices. Explanation: surplus lines insurers must adhere to the Kentucky Insurance Code and Fair Claims settlement practices to ensure compliance with state-specific regulations. Monthly reporting is not a standard requirement, and reporting only large commercial policies. C. is insufficient. Federal regulations D. are not the exclusive guidelines for surplus lines insurers, as state regulations also apply. Question 50. Ms. Davis filed a claim for wind damage to her Kentucky home insured under a surplus lines policy. The claims adjuster needs to confirm the cause of damage. What is the most appropriate action for the adjuster to take? A. Approve the claim based solely on Ms. Davis's report. B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a meteorologist to verify the weather conditions. C. Deny the claim immediately due to high repair costs. D. Rely on photos provided by Ms. Davis without further verification. Correct answer: B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a meteorologist to verify the weather conditions. Explanation: the most appropriate action is to conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a meteorologist to verify the weather conditions, ensuring the cause of damage is accurately determined. Approving the claim based solely on the report and relying only on photos D can lead to incomplete assessments. Denying the claim immediately due to costs C is unjustified without proper investigation. Question 51. What distinguishes surplus lines insurance from admitted insurance in Kentucky? A. Surplus lines insurance has low premiums than admitted insurance. B. Surplus lines insurance is not subject to the same state regulations and guarantee funds as admitted insurance. C. Surplus lines insurance offers only limited types of coverage. D. Surplus lines insurance is provided only by government entities. Correct answer: B. Surplus lines insurance is not subject to the same state regulations and guarantee funds as admitted insurance. Explanation: surplus lines insurance is not subject to the same state regulations and guarantee funds as admitted insurance. This allows for greater flexibility in terms of coverage, but also means it does not benefit from state-backed financial protection. Low premiums and government-only provision D are incorrect, and surplus lines insurance can offer a wide range of coverages, not just limited ones. C. Question 52. In Kentucky, what is the role of effective documentation in surplus lines claims handling? A. To make the claims process more complicated. B. To ensure that all steps and decisions are traceable and transparent. C. To reduce the time needed for claims processing. D. To comply with federal regulations exclusively. Correct answer: B. To ensure that all steps and decisions are traceable and transparent. Explanation: effective documentation ensures that all steps and decisions in the claims handling process are traceable and transparent, which is crucial for accountability and compliance with state regulations. Making the process more complicated is not the purpose. While documentation can sometimes extend processing time, C, it is essential for accuracy. Compliance with state regulations is also necessary, not just federal. D. Question 53. How should a claims adjuster handle ambiguous policy language in a surplus lines insurance policy in Kentucky? A. Interpret it in favor of the insurer. B. Interpret it in favor of the insured. C. Ignore the ambiguous language. D. Request clarification from regulatory authorities. Correct answer. B. Interpret it in favor of the insured. Explanation. Ambiguous policy language should generally be interpreted in favor of the insured based on the principle of contra pro forma, which protects policyholders from unclear terms written by insurers. Interpreting in favor of the insurer is not appropriate. Ignoring the language C can lead to disputes, and while regulatory clarification D can be useful, it's not the first step. Question 54. What is the primary goal of using outside experts in a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in Kentucky? A. To transfer responsibility for the claim. B. To obtain specialized knowledge and unbiased assessments. C. To delay the investigation process. D. To reduce the workload of the claims adjuster. Correct answer. B. To obtain specialized knowledge and unbiased assessments. Explanation. The primary goal of using outside experts is to obtain specialized knowledge and unbiased assessments, which are essential for accurately evaluating complex claims, transferring responsibility and delaying the process. C. Are not legitimate reasons. Reducing the adjuster's workload D can be a side benefit but is not the primary purpose. Question 55. In Kentucky, what should be considered when determining coverage and liability in surplus lines claims? A. The adjuster's personal opinion. B. The specific policy provisions and relevant state laws. C. The financial status of the insurer. D. The insured's previous claims history. Correct answer. B. The specific policy provisions and relevant state laws. Explanation. Determining coverage and liability should be based on the specific policy provisions and relevant state laws to ensure fair and accurate claims handling. E. Adjuster's personal opinion D. And the financial status of the insurer C. Are not relevant factors. While previous claims history D. might provide context, it should not influence the current claims coverage and liability determination. Question 56. What is an essential component of a settlement agreement in a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky? A. Only the total settlement amount. B. A detailed outline of all agreed upon terms and conditions. C. The insured's signature alone. D. A verbal agreement between the adjuster and the insured. Correct answer. B. A detailed outline of all agreed upon terms and conditions. Explanation. A settlement agreement must include a detailed outline of all agreed upon terms and conditions to ensure clarity and prevent future disputes, including only the total amount. A. The insured's signature alone. C. And verbal agreements D. are insufficient for a comprehensive and enforceable settlement. Question 57. During litigation of a surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky, how should the adjuster interact with legal counsel? A. Provide all relevant information and documents promptly. B. Allow legal counsel to handle the case independently without input. C. Withhold potentially damaging information. D. Delay providing information to gain a tactical advantage. Correct answer. B. Providing comprehensive and accurate documentation to legal counsel. Explanation. Providing comprehensive and accurate documentation to legal counsel is critical for a fair and effective litigation process. Avoiding communication with legal counsel A and withholding evidence C are unethical practices. While external legal counsel can handle many responsibilities, D. The adjuster's involvement and support are essential. Question 58. In Kentucky, why is it important for claims professionals to avoid conflicts of interest when handling surplus lines insurance claims? A. To maximize the insurer's profits. B. To ensure impartiality and maintain trust with policyholders. C. To expedite the claims process. D. To reduce the workload of the claims professional. Correct answer: B. To ensure impartiality and maintain trust with policyholders. Explanation: avoiding conflicts of interest is essential to ensure impartiality and maintain trust with policyholders, upholding ethical standards in claims handling. Maximizing profits and reducing workload, D, are not appropriate reasons, while avoiding conflicts can help expedite the process. C, the primary goal is to maintain ethical integrity. Question 59. What is one of the key reporting requirements for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky? A. Reporting only high-value claims. B. Submitting annual reports detailing all surplus lines transactions to the state insurance department. C. Reporting claims to federal insurance authorities exclusively. D. Filing reports only if requested by the state. Correct answer: B. Submitting annual reports detailing all surplus lines transactions to the state insurance department. Explanation: surplus lines insurers must submit annual reports detailing all surplus lines transactions to the state insurance department to ensure regulatory compliance and transparency. Reporting only high-value claims A and filing only upon request D are insufficient. Reporting to federal authorities exclusively C does not fulfill state-specific requirements. Question 60. Mr. Thompson filed a claim for fire damage to his Kentucky warehouse insured under surplus lines policy. The claims adjuster suspects arson. What should be the next step? A. Approve the claim immediately to avoid conflict. B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a fire investigator to determine the cause of the fire. C. Deny the claim outright due to suspicion. D. Rely solely on the initial police report. Correct answer: B. Conduct a thorough investigation, including hiring a fire investigator to determine the cause of the fire. Explanation: the next step should be conducting a thorough investigation, including hiring a fire investigator to determine the cause of the fire. This ensures that the claim is handled based on accurate and comprehensive information. Approving the claim immediately and denying it outright. C. Are premature actions. Relying solely on the initial police report. D. May not provide sufficient detail. Question 61. What role does surplus lines insurance play in the insurance market? In Kentucky, A. It provides coverage for standard risks only. B. It offers insurance at subsidized rates. C. It covers risks that standard insurers are unwilling to insure. D. It is regulated by federal authorities exclusively. Correct answer: C. It covers risks that standard insurers are unwilling to insure. Explanation: surplus lines insurance in Kentucky covers risks that standard insurers are unwilling or unable to insure, providing coverage for unique or high-risk exposures. Question 62. Why is it important for claims adjusters in Kentucky to maintain accurate records during the claims process? A. To expedite claim denials. B. To avoid regulatory scrutiny. C. To increase claim payouts. D. To simplify policy interpretation. Correct answer: B. To avoid regulatory scrutiny. Explanation: maintaining accurate records during the claims process is crucial in Kentucky to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements and to avoid scrutiny from insurance authorities. Question 63. In Kentucky, how do surplus lines insurance policies differ from standard admitted insurance policies? A. They are not subject to rate and form approval by the state. B. They have lower premiums. C. They offer broader coverage. D. They require higher deductibles. Correct answer: A. They are not subject to rate and form approval by the state. Explanation: surplus lines insurance policies in Kentucky are not subject to rate and form approval by the state, providing insurers with more flexibility in policy terms and pricing. Question 64. What should a claims adjuster consider when interviewing witnesses during a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in Kentucky? A. Leading questions to support the insurer's position. B. Objectivity and neutrality in gathering information. C. Avoiding witness statements. D. Reliance on hearsay evidence. Correct answer: B. Objectivity and neutrality in gathering information. Explanation: during a surplus lines insurance claims investigation in Kentucky, a claims adjuster should maintain objectivity and neutrality when interviewing witnesses to gather accurate and unbiased information. Question 65. How does the concept of indemnity apply in surplus lines insurance claims in Kentucky? A. It allows the insurer to deny coverage. B. It ensures that the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses. C. It requires the insured to pay higher deductibles. D. It limits coverage to specific perils. Correct answer: B. It ensures that the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses. Explanation: indemnity in surplus lines insurance claims in Kentucky ensures that the insured receives fair compensation for covered losses, aligning with the principle of restoring the insured to the financial position they were in before the loss occurred. Question 66. Why is it important for claims adjusters in Kentucky to document all settlement negotiations? A. To finalize the claim quickly. B. To avoid negotiations. C. To ensure transparency and prevent disputes. D. To keep information confidential. Correct answer: C. To ensure transparency and prevent disputes. Explanation: documenting all settlement negotiations in Kentucky is crucial to ensure transparency, demonstrate good faith efforts, and prevent disputes between the insurer and the insured. Question 67. What is a key consideration for claims adjusters in Kentucky when preparing for litigation? A. Withholding evidence that might weaken the insurer's case. B. Providing all relevant documentation to legal counsel. C. Delaying the litigation process. D. Minimizing communication with legal counsel. Correct answer: B. Providing all relevant documentation to legal counsel. Explanation: claims adjusters in Kentucky should provide all relevant documentation to legal counsel when preparing for litigation to support the insurer's case and facilitate an effective defense strategy. Question 68. What ethical principle guides claims professionals in Kentucky when handling surplus lines insurance claims? A. Maximizing the insurer's profits. B. Upholding confidentiality and privacy requirements. C. Denying claims to reduce payouts. D. Avoiding communication with the insured. Correct answer: B. Upholding confidentiality and privacy requirements. Explanation: upholding confidentiality and privacy requirements is an ethical principle that guides claims professionals in Kentucky when handling surplus lines insurance claims, ensuring compliance with legal and ethical standards. Question 69. What is the purpose of licensing requirements for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky? A. To limit the number of claims processed. B. To ensure compliance with federal regulations. C. To protect consumers and maintain market stability. D. To increase premiums. Correct answer: C. To protect consumers and maintain market stability. Explanation: licensing requirements for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky are designed to protect consumers and maintain market stability by ensuring that insurers meet certain financial and operational standards. Question 70. Ms. Ramirez filed the claim for water damage to her Kentucky restaurant insured under surplus lines policy. What should the claims adjuster do first? A. Deny the claim due to potential negligence. B. Visit the restaurant to assess the extent of damage. C. Request additional documentation without a site visit. D. Process the claim based on initial photographs. Correct answer: B. Visit the restaurant to assess the extent of damage. Explanation: the claims adjuster should visit the restaurant to assess the extent of damage firsthand before making any decisions regarding Ms. Ramirez's claim under the surplus lines policy in Kentucky. Question 71. What types of risks are typically covered by surplus lines insurance in Kentucky? A is standard risks covered by admitted insurers. B, low-risk businesses. C, high-risk and unique exposures. D, risks with no potential for claims. Correct answer. C, high-risk and unique exposures. Explanation. Surplus lines insurance in Kentucky typically covers high-risk and unique exposures that are not typically covered by admitted insurers, providing specialized coverage options. Question 72. Why is it important for surplus lines insurers in Kentucky to notify policyholders promptly of claim decisions? A, to delay the claims process. B, to maintain transparency and trust. C, to increase premiums. D, to avoid regulatory oversight. Correct answer. B, to maintain transparency and trust. Explanation. Prompt notification of claim decisions in Kentucky helps surplus lines insurers maintain transparency and trust with policyholders, ensuring clear communication throughout the claims process. Question 73. What role does the surplus lines broker play in policy interpretation in Kentucky? A, providing legal advice. B, interpreting policy language for the insurer. C, denying claims. D, investigating claims independently. Correct answer. B, interpreting policy language for the insurer. Explanation. The surplus lines broker in Kentucky plays a role in interpreting policy language for the insurer, helping to clarify coverage and ensure accurate claims handling. Question 74. How should a claims adjuster in Kentucky handle conflicting statements during a claims investigation? A, favor the insured's statement. B, ignore conflicting statements. C, investigate further to resolve discrepancies. D, deny the claim based on inconsistencies. Correct answer. C, investigate further to resolve discrepancies. Explanation. A claims adjuster in Kentucky should investigate further to resolve conflicting statements during a claims investigation, ensuring that all information is thoroughly reviewed before making a decision. Question 75. Why is it important for claims adjusters in Kentucky to assess policy terms and conditions during claims evaluation? A, to delay claim payments. B, to interpret terms in favor of the insurer. C, to determine coverage and liability accurately. D, to avoid communication with policyholders. Correct answer. C, to determine coverage and liability accurately. Explanation. Assessing policy terms and conditions in Kentucky helps claims adjusters determine coverage and liability accurately, ensuring that claims are handled according to the insurer's obligations under the policy. Question 76. What role does negotiation play in surplus lines insurance claims settlement in Kentucky? A, denying claims. B, avoiding settlements. C, resolving disputes and reaching agreements. D, delaying claim payments. Correct answer. C, resolving disputes and reaching agreements. Explanation. Negotiation in surplus lines insurance claims settlement in Kentucky plays a crucial role in resolving disputes between insurers and policyholders, facilitating fair and mutually acceptable agreements. Question 77. How can claims adjusters in Kentucky assist legal counsel during litigation? A, withholding evidence. B, providing comprehensive documentation. C, avoiding communication with legal counsel. D, delaying legal proceedings. Correct answer. B, providing comprehensive documentation. Explanation. Claims adjusters in Kentucky can assist legal counsel during litigation by providing comprehensive documentation and evidence to support the insurer's position and defense strategy. Question 78. Why is maintaining confidentiality important for claims professionals in Kentucky? A, to expedite claim handling. B, to maximize insurer profits. C, to protect policyholder information. D, to avoid communication with policyholders. Correct answer. C, to protect policyholder information. Explanation: maintaining confidentiality in Kentucky is important for claims professionals to protect policyholder information and comply with legal and ethical obligations regarding privacy and data protection. Question 79. How do surplus lines insurers in Kentucky contribute to market stability? A. By increasing premiums. B. By adhering to federal regulations. C. By offering broader coverage options. D. By maintaining financial solvency. Question 79. How do surplus lines insurers in Kentucky contribute to market stability? A. By increasing premiums. B. By adhering to federal regulations. C. By offering broader coverage options. D. By maintaining financial solvency. Question 80. Mr. Lee, insured under surplus lines policy in Kentucky, reported theft of valuable equipment from his construction site. What should the claims adjuster do next? A. Deny the claim due to high-value losses. B. Conduct an investigation, including reviewing security footage and police reports. C. Request additional documentation without investigation. D. Settle the claim without verifying the loss. Correct answer: B. Conduct an investigation, including reviewing security footage and police reports. Explanation: the claims adjuster should conduct an investigation, including reviewing security footage and police reports, to verify the theft and assess the validity of Mr. Lee's claim under the surplus lines policy in Kentucky. Question 81. What is the primary advantage of surplus lines insurance for policyholders in Kentucky? A. Low premiums compared to admitted insurance. B. Guaranteed coverage for all risks. C. Exemption from state taxes. D. Access to coverage for high risk or unusual exposures. Correct answer: D. Access to coverage for high risk or unusual exposures. Explanation: one of the primary advantages of surplus lines insurance in Kentucky is providing coverage for high risk or unusual exposures that may not be available through standard admitted insurers. Question 82. Why is effective communication essential during the surplus lines insurance claims process in Kentucky? A. To deny claims promptly. B. To expedite claim payments. C. To avoid policy interpretation. D. To clarify responsibilities and expectations. Correct answer: D. To clarify responsibilities and expectations. Explanation: effective communication during the surplus lines insurance claims process in Kentucky helps clarify responsibilities and expectations between insurers and policyholders, reducing misunderstandings and disputes. Question 83. What is a key difference between surplus lines insurance policies and standard admitted insurance policies in Kentucky? A. Surplus lines policies are regulated by federal authorities. B. Surplus lines policies require lower deductibles. C. Surplus lines policies are subject to state rate and form approval. D. Surplus lines policies cover only low-risk businesses. Correct answer: C. Surplus lines policies are not subject to state rate and form approval. Explanation: surplus lines insurance policies in Kentucky are not subject to state rate and form approval, allowing insurers greater flexibility in setting policy terms and conditions. Question 84. How can surplus lines insurers in Kentucky ensure a thorough claims investigation? A. By relying solely on insured statements. B. By avoiding site visits. C. By interviewing witnesses and reviewing evidence. D. By denying claims immediately. Correct answer: C. By interviewing witnesses and reviewing evidence. Explanation: surplus lines insurers in Kentucky can ensure a thorough claims investigation by interviewing witnesses and reviewing evidence to gather accurate information and assess the validity of claims. Question 85. Why is it important for claims adjusters in Kentucky to assess policy exclusions during claims evaluation? A. To expedite claim payments. B. To deny coverage for all claims. C. To clarify coverage limitations. D. To increase deductibles. Correct answer: C. To clarify coverage limitations. Explanation: Assessing policy exclusions in Kentucky helps claims adjusters clarify coverage limitations and determine whether specific losses are covered under the surplus lines insurance policy. Question 86. What factors should claims adjusters in Kentucky consider when determining the settlement amount for a surplus lines insurance claim? A. Denying the claim to minimize payouts. B. Ignoring policy terms and conditions. C. Using an arbitrary calculation method. D. Considering the insured's actual loss and policy coverage. Correct answer. D. Considering the insured's actual loss and policy coverage. Explanation. Claims adjusters in Kentucky should consider the insured's actual loss and policy coverage when determining the settlement amount for a surplus lines insurance claim to ensure fair compensation. Question 87. What should claims adjusters in Kentucky avoid during surplus lines insurance claims litigation? A. Providing comprehensive documentation. B. Withholding evidence. C. Collaborating with legal counsel. D. Delaying legal proceedings. Correct answer. B. Withholding evidence. Explanation. Claims adjusters in Kentucky should avoid withholding evidence during surplus lines insurance claims litigation to maintain transparency and support the insurer's defense strategy. Question 88. Why is it important for claims professionals in Kentucky to maintain impartiality during claims handling? A. To deny claims promptly. B. To ensure fairness and uphold ethical standards. C. To expedite claim payments. D. To avoid policy interpretation. Correct answer. B. To ensure fairness and uphold ethical standards. Explanation. Maintaining impartiality in Kentucky ensures that claims professionals handle surplus lines insurance claims fairly, uphold ethical standards, and avoid conflicts of interest. Question 89. What is the purpose of surplus lines reporting requirements in Kentucky? A. To limit claim processing. B. To comply with federal regulations only. C. To protect consumers and maintain market stability. D. To reduce premiums. Correct answer. C. To protect consumers and maintain market stability. Explanation. Surplus lines reporting requirements in Kentucky aim to protect consumers and maintain market stability by ensuring transparency and accountability in insurance transactions. Question 90. Ms. Parker filed a claim for vandalism damage to her Kentucky bookstore insured under surplus lines policy. What initial steps should the claims adjuster take? A. Deny the claim due to lack of evidence. B. Conduct a site visit to assess the damage. C. Request payment without verifying the incident. D. Rely on the insured's statement. Correct answer. B. Conduct a site visit to assess the damage. Explanation. A claims adjuster should conduct a site visit to assess the vandalism damage to Ms. Parker's bookstore before making any decisions regarding the surplus lines insurance claim in Kentucky.